So in today's video we are going to be doing a review, but we're not going to be reviewing the Prem because of course there was no Premier League this weekend. There is some midweek though, so I'll hopefully do a review for those, but it was quite refreshing, no Premier League this weekend. Instead we have some FA Cup, and I want to take this time I guess to look at the FA Cup. We'll go through all of the results. Now of course there was a lot of games here, so I'm not going to go into detail on every one, and of course I didn't watch all of them, but the ones, the main ones, I'll give my thoughts and opinions on, and I want to talk a little bit about some other stuff, like some managerial appointments that happened. We'll also have a look at some of the other results across Europe, because I know there was a Clasico, there was like a bunch of Supercups recently, and Bundesliga returned, all of that stuff, so just sort of like a recap of what happened in the football world this weekend. But yeah, let's begin. So we'll start with the FA Cup stuff. I'll talk about the draw as well. I guess we'll go through each game. Games like this I'm not really gonna go into detail on, but Hull City 1, Doncaster Rovers 1, Doncaster winning on penalties 4-5. Goal from Puerta and Molyneux, and the players who missed their penalties, well, 2 Hull players missed their penalties and 1 for Doncaster. A bit of a shock here, a League 2 side knocking out a Championship side. Let's have a look. Hull City were actually kind of lucky that they managed to get it in the 80th minute. They were almost going out in normal time. Of course, they have changed the FA Cup, haven't they? So there is no replays anymore. It goes straight to extra time and penalties. But anyways, here we can see the stats, more possession, more shots. To be honest, they absolutely peppered them, and we're kind of unfortunate Hull here not to get the victory. But yeah, well done to Doncaster, a big shock there actually. League 2 side beating a Championship side. Right, Tamworth 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3 after extra time. An own goal from Shikuna, goal from Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson. Oh boy, oh boy. So yeah, this one, Spurs, a non-league part-time football club, taking Spurs all the way to extra time, holding out for 101 minutes until Spurs could score a goal against this side. That is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I did actually watch this game, and you know what? Obviously Spurs were the better side, but as you can see here, Spurs, it wasn't like they absolutely peppered the Tamworth goal. Tamworth defended very well, and Spurs, they couldn't break them down really. It was a poor display, and they had to get on. I think the biggest embarrassment was by the end of the game, they had Son and Kulusevski on, Solanke on. They had all of their big boys on that pitch, which I guess is a credit to Tamworth, because yeah, they did fantastic. Their goalkeeper was very good as well. Full credit to Tamworth. What an achievement this is. It would have been insane if they managed to hold out all the way to pens, but of course, once it gets to extra time, that sort of fatigue sets in, and it was very heartbreaking, to concede a goal like that. But wow, obviously Spurs won, but that was maybe the most embarrassing fashion they could win this tie, and yeah, that was not good from Spurs, not good from Spurs at all. Against a team like this, it's just, that's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy. You cannot be drawing to literal part-time, people joke around oh, you're farmers and all of that. These guys are literally part-time plumbers, solicitors, lawyers. Like, we generally, none of these people are actual professional footballers, and they took them to extra time. That is so embarrassing for Spurs. So embarrassing. Completely, they should be ashamed of that, to be honest. But what an achievement for Tamworth. So, shout to them. Right, the game of the weekend here. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. Man United winning on penalties 5-3. Goals from Bruno Fernandes and Gabriel, and a red card from Diogo Dalot. I mean, this was a FA Cup classic. I mean, the first half was not. I will say the first half was very boring. Like, very boring. I mean, look at this, jeez. 0.1 xg, 0.10 xg, no big chances. Like, that was a snooze fest the first half. But the second half, and then the extra time, oh my word. I mean, it was insane. As a neutral, watching it, it was so fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, Man United knocking Arsenal out of the cup on penalties. Firstly, I'll say the Dalot red card. Yeah, it was a red. It was a clear second yellow, in my opinion. You can't really be sliding in like that. It's just stupid, really. It was a really nice goal, by the way, from Fernandes. Absolutely fantastic. But, once I saw the red card happen, and then Arsenal score instantly from the red card, I was like, okay, this is going to be another typical United performance, where perform really well, and then just individual errors and absolute capitulation. I thought, okay, they're just, red card, concede a goal, where Binder probably should do better, then concede a penalty, and I'm like, oh my days. Like, if I'm Amram, I'm absolutely fuming. I'm going to lose it like this, but Binder saves. Wow. And then United, after that point, they actually regrouped, they managed to settle their heads, and wow, what a defensive performance it was from United. It was absolutely incredible. I mean, these football ratings do not do justice to him. Like, I thought De Ligt was really good, Maguire was superb, Ugarte I thought was really good actually in this game defensively. Bruno, fantastic yet again. Binder, I mean, last time I saw this guy play, I cussed him out in that Carabao Cup game versus Spurs. He was horrific, but I mean, he got his get back here. He was unreal, and that save, the penalty against Odegaard completely changed the game. That save completely changed the game. I believe if that goes in, I don't know if Man United can regroup and get a win. But yeah, what a defensive performance by United. I mean, they played for 10 men for 30 minutes of the second half, and all of extra time, so basically an hour playing with 10 men, and Arsenal had plenty of chances, but again, it wasn't like United were absolutely under siege. It was wave after wave of attack. Like, they had their chances, and Arsenal should have scored a goal, but like, you see here, no big chances in extra time. Yeah, sure, we had some chances, we had some big ones in second half, but that's going to happen when you have 10 men. For the most part, Man United were very comfortable defending, and actually on the counter, but kind of unlucky not to score. David Raya had to make a really good save. But Amad Diallo came off a bench and was sensational. His work rate to go up and down the pitch was superb. Same with Toby Collier as well. Yeah, it was absolutely unbelievable performance from United. They've now drew to Liverpool and now drawn to Arsenal. They've knocked them out the cup. All of their penalties, super composed. What a win for United. The holders still in the competition. And yeah, well done to them, because that was a really hard fought win. And I think you can clearly see now that Amorim sort of philosophy, the system can work, can get results. You just need to get the buy-in, and I think he is slowly getting the buy-in, because these players were working hard. They were dying 3 points, or win in this game. So well done to them. Right, Arsenal. Oh boy, I'm gonna like this. Wow, that was bad. I mean, look, as I said, they had their chances. They probably should have won the game. I mean, look at that. 2.49 XG, 14 shots, 4 big chances in the second half. But here it is, 4 big chances in the second half and 4 big chances missed. I mean, some of the misses were absolutely horrific. I mean, Kai Havertz, how the hell does this guy have a 7.8? Like, what the hell? This guy missed, like, from point blank range, an absolute sitter, missed his penalty, which is, you love to see the downfall of Kai Havertz as a Chelsea fan. You love to see it. And it was horrible. I mean, I think Trossard had a chance. De Ligt did amazing there, but Trossard, you gotta put your body on the line there. Declan Rice had a header, has to score, put it straight at Burnley. Really, really bad finishing on display. But then again, like, as I said, against 10 men, it wasn't like wave after wave of attack like you would expect from a team like Arsenal. They created chances, but for the most part, United defended pretty well, and Arsenal again struggled. So yeah, yet again, so poor from Arsenal. Like, in the space of a week, they have pretty much out of the Carabao Cup, aren't they? And they're now out of the FA Cup. It looks like we're going to go trophyless yet again. And oh boy, I mean, questions need to be asked of Mikel Arteta. That's all I'm saying, because if you go trophyless yet again this season, in terms of a style and the way they're playing as well, to be honest, I think Arsenal have declined. If I'm being honest, I think Arsenal are much worse than last season, and I actually think this project is going backwards. I think it's going backwards right now. It might have peaked, like, generally. I don't want to jump to conclusions here, but I do think that they are going back, and I think they need to do something in the window now. They need to buy an attacker, as Martinelli stunk out the place yet again. stunk out the place yet again. Jesus got injured, stretchered off, so he's probably going to be out for a while. I mean, fair play to Sterling, actually did okay. But when Sterling's your best attacker, that kind of summarises everything. Trossard, again, came on, stunk the place up. They have absolutely no good attackers, and if they're serious about going for titles, then they need to address this issue in Jan, but they're not going to. So I think it'll be a long season for Arsenal, to be honest. And also, by the way, David Raya, what the hell is he doing? Like, under penalty show, he just died so early. But anyways, Crystal Palace 1-1-0 against Stockport. Eze with a goal in the 4th minute. I mean, only 1-0, fair play to Stockport. I mean, after 4 minutes, they were probably thinking, okay, we're going to get smacked here. But yeah, in the end, Palace comfortably winning here. 4 big chances created, and comfortably the better side in this game. Ipswich, a comfortable win for them, 3-0 over Bristol Rovers. Callum Phillips scored his first goal for Ipswich. Again, very, very comfortable here, just 3 shots. 2.91 XG and comfortably into the next round. Newcastle did have a bit of a scare. 8 minutes in, they actually went 1-0 down to Bromley, but they did fight back, and comfortable. I mean, 81% possession. 81% possession is crazy in a football match. But yeah, again, they get their win as you would expect. William Asulu getting a goal. I think that might be his first goal for Newcastle, so that's nice. Lewis Miley as well, back from injury. Good to see him get some minutes and get on the score sheet. Looked like he had a good game as well, so well done to him. Or he probably can be very happy that day at least. Of course, Newcastle a bit of problems. Southampton will be very happy. Ivan Juric's first win as Southampton manager, albeit in the cup, but 3-0. Win over Swansea. Tyler Dibling with a brace. Suleiman scored his first Southampton goal. I think he's been up a club. He's been up a club since January, and he scored finally scored a goal. So, yeah, that was nice. Although I think he might be leaving anyway. But yeah, Tyler Dibbling, brace, a good performance here, and this will definitely be very, very much welcome for Southampton because they needed a bit of a confidence booster. Okay, we do actually have some games still to play, but yeah, let's look at the other ones. Birmingham 1-2-1 versus Lincoln, an all League One clash. Yeah, a pretty comfortable win there for Birmingham. Bristol City lost to Wolves 2-1. Wolves get the job done here, and looks like they were definitely the better side in this game. That's a pretty good win as well. Against Bristol City away, that's kind of tough. Interesting, yeah. They went pretty much full strength as well, Wolves, so took it very seriously. Definitely need, the confidence boost, and good win for them. Got a debut for their new signing who appears like he did pretty well. Middlesbrough lost 1-0 at home to Blackburn. A little bit of a shock maybe, but yeah, Blackburn coming out on top in this all-championship clash. Liverpool will beat Accrington Stanley 4-0 as you would expect. Yeah, I mean Accrington, fair play, they didn't manage to hold out for 30 minutes. They did actually, defend pretty well up until that point, but it was a deadly goal, and Liverpool showed their class. Chiesa scored his first goal for Liverpool. Jadon Dans also scored. There was a debut for this kid, Rio Ngumo. I don't know how you say it, but yeah, he actually looked pretty promising. Really good dribbler. It'll be interesting what happens with him. Yeah, it was, as you would expect, a comfortable victory for Liverpool in this one. Also, maybe a bit of a shock here. Leicester thumping QPR 6-2. To be honest, I did not expect this. I thought QPR might have actually had a chance here, given Leicester not in good form. And QPR actually doing pretty well in the Championship, but they absolutely battered them here. I'm guessing, yeah, to be fair, they went like full strength. It's interesting, most of these sort of relegation sides in the Prem have gone full strength. I guess FA Cup's a good confidence booster, and it certainly did help their confidence here. I don't know what the hell happened to Harry Winks. He got a 4.6 rating. But anyways, yeah, a really good win for Leicester. Ruben Nistelrooy there. Bournemouth, a very impressive 5-1 win over West Brom. Absolutely thumping West Brom. Again, a bit of a shock, because West Brom are a good side in the Championship, but they rotated a little bit, but there was pretty much kind of full strength for Bournemouth, and yeah, they did well. Dango Tara, interestingly, playing up front and managed to score a brace, so that's good because of course Evan Nilsson and Enes Unal are both injured, which is very unfortunate. Maybe the biggest shock of the FA Cup this round, Plymouth away from home against Brentford beat them 1-0. Unreal. I mean, wow. I did not see this. Their defence was absolutely unreal. 0.41 XG for Brentford, and he had 71% possession. That is crazy. I did see the goal. It was unreal goal from Morgan Whittaker. I actually think Plymouth they've recently appointed a manager, but I don't think he was actually in charge for this. So, managerless Plymouth beating Brentford, and Brentford, I mean, they rotated quite a bit, but they put on the big boys, and they definitely went for it, and couldn't break down Plymouth. So unreal from struggling Plymouth to beat Brentford like that. Chelsea, comfortable win over Morecambe 5-0. Tossing, the centre back actually managed to get a brace, which is pretty cool. Joao Felix also got a brace as well. But yeah, I mean, really business as usual, as you would expect. Exeter managed to beat Oxford, League One side beating a Championship side here, 3-1, and also did get a red card in this one. Brighton, comfortable win into the next round, 4-0 over Norwich. Yeah, very easy, very comfortable. really much to say there. No contest there. Forest, again, a comfortable victory over Luton 2-0. Victory, well, to be fair, actually, Luton caused Forest some problems here. And had some big chances, 3 big chances, and had better XG, but Forest more clinical. Luton, I believe, managerless. Yeah, managerless. Rob Edwards recently sacked, so yeah. Burnley beat League One Reading. It was after extra time though. So yeah, they did have to go into time, and who is this? Zian Fleming managed to get a brace there, so they avoided a shock. Stoke beat Sunderland 2-1. Again after extra time. A little bit of a shock maybe. Sunderland doing very well in the Championship, but maybe didn't take this as seriously as Stoke. I don't know. Well, to be fair, they did play a fairly decent side here. But yeah, well on Stoke. Leeds just about get past Harrogate. Took till the 59th minute, but eventually got to win, avoiding a shock there. Manchester City won 8-0 against Salford. Yeah, pretty bad. Salford got absolutely annihilated, 4.94 XG. Yeah, it was pretty bad. James McAtee got a hat-trick. Good to see for him. A bunch of youngsters, Dividend Bamba scoring his first goal. Doku got a brace. I mean, Grealish finally got a goal. So, yeah. Coventry drew to Sheffield Wednesday and won on penalties. 93rd minute, Sheffield Wednesday, sent it to extra time, and then, yeah, Coventry won on pens, Frank Lampard's side. And there was, I think, a couple earlier ones. No, wait, yeah, there. Villa 2, West Ham 1. So this was, I actually do want to talk about this because West Ham actually sacked their manager just before this game, Julian Lopetegui. Completely expected. I mean, I've been saying this for weeks that he has to get the job, and he did eventually get the job. But he instantly appointed Graham Potter for this game. His first game in charge, I'm not sure he really had too much preparation, so you can't really judge him much on this. But I mean, it was almost perfect. I mean, 1-0. They had an unreal first half. I mean, look at that. Villa didn't even have a single shot on goal. It was absolutely unbelievable, and you're thinking, wow, maybe this Graham Potter mirror is unbelievable, but then second half they got absolutely blammed. Like, Villa absolutely destroyed them in the second half. So yeah, and then eventually, 2 goals in 5 minutes, it was over. But I mean, encouraging signs, I guess, for West Ham. But he has a lot of work to do. Because they're a bit of a mess right now. But I do think it's an interesting appointment in general. Graham Potter, I think it's an interesting appointment. I think he's a good manager. It didn't work out at Chelsea, but he showed some flaws. But I think overall it was probably not all his fault. He was to blame a little bit, and I think a team like West Ham is sort of his level. It'll be interesting what he does with it, because there's definitely some talent in this team. But he just needs to put all the pieces together. Wickham beat Portsmouth 2-0 in this one. League One side beating a Championship side. Fulham easily beat Watford 4-1. I mean, Watford did level up to make it 1-1, but I mean, yeah, absolutely battered it. 5 big chances, 2.9 XG. Cardiff beat Sheffield United, a little bit of a shock here, 1-0 win for Cardiff, but I do want to talk about this one, our final one here. Everton 2, Peterborough 0. Another managerial appointment. This was weird, because literally like 2 hours before the game, Sean Dyche was sacked. So Leighton Baines and Seamus Coleman got drafted in to be interim managers just for this game. And it was kind of weird because Leighton Baines literally said, like, I didn't even pick the team. I didn't do the tactics. It was already picked for me. So yeah, it was a bit weird. I mean, they got to win in the end, but in terms of a Sean Dyche sacking, so they sacked him and replaced him with David Moyes. I think Sean Dyche can be a little bit hard done by. Like, I know Everton have been woeful attacking, but defensively have been really good. They've been, sort of slowly eking out some points here and there. And I know they can be dull, but I don't think they're that bad. And I also thought, okay, I don't really have an issue with sagging him, but sagging him and going for David Moyes is a bit like, I feel like it's a bit of a sideways step. Moyes back at Everton is a nice narrative. I think we'll definitely keep him up, to be honest. But I think it's just a little bit uninspiring. I'd understand if you sacked him and go for someone who's a bit more progressive, maybe, but I don't know. I feel like Dyche was a bit hard done by there, but I am interested what Moyes can cook up at Everton. Alright, anyways, so let's have a look at the draw then. So Aston Villa playing Spurs, which is going to be really, really good. Should be really, really good. Actually, I'll give a quick little prediction for each one. At Villa Park, that should be really good. I think at Villa Park, I don't know, it depends who's going to take it more seriously, but I think at Villa Park, Villa are going to get the job done here. Birmingham, Newcastle, it's actually a really, really cool tie. And at Birmingham as well, yeah, that's going to be pretty cool to watch. But I think Newcastle probably will have enough to get past them. Blackburn at home to Wolves, again, should be an interesting one, but I think Wolves will probably win that. Brighton, Chelsea, away to Brighton as well, that's tough. Brighton being at home, we'll definitely play the B team as well. I mean, I like to say we'll win, but I don't know. Coventry, Ipswich, you know what, I actually think Coventry might beat them, being at home. I reckon they'll beat them. Doncaster, Palace, League 2, Doncaster getting a home tie against Palace. Could be a shock here, potentially. Everton, Bournemouth, at Goodison, to be honest, I think Bournemouth will probably win because I reckon they'll probably take it a bit more seriously. Exeter at home to Forest, again, League 1 side at home. Maybe they can do it. Leeds versus Millwall or Dagenham. Leeds versus Millwall will be a great clash. Manchester City away from home against Derby or Leyton Orient. I mean, that's great for either of these sides, but City will probably win. Ruud van Nistelrooy going up against Old Trafford. Man United, I do think United will comfortably win. Fulham should probably avoid a shock there. Liverpool, Plymouth, great tie for Plymouth, but I think Liverpool have too much. Preston or Charlton versus Wickham. Southampton versus Burnley. Southampton probably win that. And Stoke versus Cardiff. Stoke probably win that. Is that all of them? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that was the FA Cup. I want to just briefly then touch on the European sort of results around Europe, because I know there was a couple results that's happened. So we'll start in La Liga here. Where do I want to? Yeah, I guess here, right? Girona won 1-0. Valencia drew to Sevilla, but Atletico Madrid beat Osasuna 1-0. Julian Alvarez, and it was a big result because this was their game in hand on Real Madrid and Barcelona. So they had to win, and they did win, which means they are now top of La Liga, and they win yet again. And that isn't now everyone on 19 games. Atletico Madrid are top, 1 point ahead of Real Madrid, and Barcelona are now 6 points away from Atletico Madrid. So it's going to be really, really interesting what happens here. But I really do want to talk about, though, is this game, El Clasico. So it was the Supercup. It was weird. It was like this weekend was sort of like just selected as Supercup week around Europe. Like we had so many Supercups. We had the Spanish one, we had the Italian one, we had the French one, then we even had the Portuguese one as well. It was very, very weird. But anyways, it was a Supercup final. And Real Madrid versus Barca, and the Supercup is it's like the Community Shield in England, but in England we don't take it seriously. In Europe it's taken very seriously. It's treated as like an actual proper trophy. And you could see in this game, both teams fielded their strongest team and they went for it. But Barca absolutely put Madrid in a spliff and win. It was an entertaining watch. It was very entertaining. I did actually manage to watch it, and I mean, Real Madrid took the lead after 5 minutes, but to be honest, after that point, they got absolutely blamed. Like Barcelona were the better side in this one. Deadly counter attacks for some of the goals, like the Balde one. Yamal's got an absolute beautiful goal. Lewandowski scored his pen. I don't know what Camavinga was doing for that, but yeah, they did have 10 men as well. Szczesny, I think this was this his debut? I don't know, but for Barcelona, gets sent off. Rodrigo scored the free kick, and you're thinking, okay, maybe this comeback is on. But in the end, it didn't happen. And yeah, Barcelona, I mean, they already beat Real Madrid 4-0 this season, and now they win 5-2 in the Supercup. Yeah, there's actually a lot of pressure on Ancelotti right now. A lot of people are not happy with him, rightfully so, because you lose to your biggest rivals like this twice in such embarrassing fashion. You know, it's not good. Mbappe did score a nice goal, credit to him, but overall it was a abysmal display by Real Madrid, who absolutely cooked. And great for Barcelona because they've been going for a bit of a rough spell in La Liga, not really picking up results, but finally, a big result here to boost their confidence over their rivals. And it's a great watch as well. El Clasico nowadays, recently they pulled off some blinders. It's always an entertaining watch. So yeah, that was something that happened on this weekend. I might as well. I don't even think it was this weekend, but we might as well touch on like the other Super Cups. The Italian one, if it's somewhere here, because that was pretty mental. Right, let me just go on Milan. So, AC Milan did win this. So he sort of do it like tournament style, where like so you have like the runners up. So you have the two finalists of the cup competition, and then you have the winners, first and second in the league. So you had Inter Atalanta, and then you had Milan Juve. Inter beat Atalanta 2-0, but then this was crazy. This was Conceição's first game in charge, and he won 2-1 for Milan. It was a mad little comeback. They, to be honest, weren't really offering much the entire game, and then all of a sudden get a penalty and then score a free-going goal, and it was a mad 4-minute turnaround for them. And he gets his first win. He's into a final where he goes into a Milan derby in his second game in charge of the club. He goes into Milan derby on his second game in charge of the club, and they were 2-0 down, and he managed to pull it back and win 3-2. Christian Pulisic charging it up and then charging the comeback. He's been unreal this season. And then Tammy Abraham in the 93rd minute to win it. I mean, it was absolute scenes. And yeah, Milan pulled off a absolutely crazy victory there to win the Supercup. And I believe there was some Serie action as well on the weekend. Inter Milan did play, I'm pretty sure, as well, not shortly after, 1-0 win over Venezia. So that's a good win for them to keep up the charge in the Serie at least. Roma and Bologna played a crazy game, 98th minute penalty from Dovic in that one. Where Napoli did win, again keeping pace in this Serie title charge, and actually moved 4 points clear. But Atalanta did drop points 0-0, which is really disappointing. I mean, wow, they were actually kind of lucky they didn't lose this game. They did not play well. But yeah, dropping points in the title race, not good. And Juve actually didn't win the Turin derby, and did 1-1. So now if we have a look at the Serie A table, as you can see, Napoli now have a 4-point lead, but they have played 2 more games than Inter, and Atalanta are now have a game in hand, but are 5 points away from Napoli at the top. But very tight between these guys. And I believe we'll wrap up. The Bundesliga also returned from their winter break this weekend. If you have a look at some of the results, Borussia Dortmund. Wait, no, was this today? No, yeah, this one. Dortmund 2, Leverkusen 3. This was a crazy game. I mean, after 20 minutes, there was 4 goals in this game. It was pretty mad. And like Teller scored off like 23 seconds. It was pretty crazy. But in the end, Leverkusen managed to hold on to the win, beating Dortmund at their stadium is an impressive feat. It's their first defeat at home in a league this season, Dortmund. So huge win for Leverkusen, who look completely like back to their old self and are now, piling on that pressure on Bayern Munich, trying to hunt them down. So that was good. Seeing how Bayern they did manage to get the win over Gladbach. Eventually got the win over Gladbach. Harry Kane with a penalty. Jeez, they had 4.28 xG and 8 big chances. They kept on missing their chances, but they managed to get the job done. Gladbach had been a bit of a bogey side for Bayern Munich in recent years, but yeah, they managed to get the win. Eventually put their chances away with the pen. Another goal for Harry Kane. So yeah, keeping up pace with Leverkusen. Leipzig did eventually get a win, which we definitely needed. 4-2 victory for them. And we'll have a look at the table then. So yeah, as you can see, 4 points away Leverkusen from Bayern Munich. Gonna be tight. Leverkusen are in some really good form. So yeah, let's see if they can hunt them down. There. But I think that is pretty much everything. That's pretty much everything. All of the results. There was some Liga. PSG 1-2-1 against Saint-Étienne. Dembele with a brace in that one. And yeah, I think that is pretty much. Oh wait, it changed day because I'm recording this at midnight. But anyways, yeah, I think that's everything. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have enjoyed, please do leave a like, consider subscribing. I'll see you in another video. Peace.